Well, a big debut today. It is the Tarpon era exhibit, and it's being brought by the Port Aransas Preservation and Historical Association.
And actually, that fish used to be so popular in Port Aransas that the city itself was once called Tarpon, Texas. Chris 6 News Sunrise reporter Shelby Coppage joins us now live in the studio. And Shelby, I have to ask, what makes this fish so special?
Sonia, from 1885 to 1950, the Port Aransas economy relied heavily on tarpon fishing. Fishermen would come from all over the country just to get a chance to catch one. Even former President Franklin Roosevelt visited and caught a few himself. But when tarpon started dying off, catching one became rare.
Rene Lopez has been fishing for decades. He says there's nothing like catching a tarpon.
It's one of those fish that's prize fish that everybody wants to catch.
Lopez is one of a handful of people who can say they've caught a tarpon.
It's hard to catch, and I'm lucky enough to one of the few people to catch them.
You know, when they come out of the water, they're shining, they're shaking their head. It's quite a magnificent sight to see.
Cliff Strain, the Port Aransas Museum executive director, says due to overfishing and the fact that tarpons only stay a mile from the jetties, the tarpon population started to decline over 50 years ago.
For a long time, it was the major activity and the draw for people to come to this town. There's still a few people that live here that don't know that we used to be called Tarpon, Texas.
Even the city's biggest fishing tournament, the Deep Sea Roundup, was once called the Tarpon Rodeo, competing only for tarpons. Strain has spent the past 6 months helping create the Tarpon era exhibit. He feels residents and visitors will appreciate learning more of what the city was once famous for.
Kind of going to bring back some memories that maybe some people have never knew existed about Port Aransas.
Now the exhibit is free and it opens at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Reporting live in studio, Shelby Coppage. Back to you, Mike.